Aloha tribe, how are you? Aloha! It is PinkBella. Welcome everyone. Okay, so today is Sunday, December 15th, 2019. Welcome everyone. Welcome to my channel. Deep gratitude for all of you. This is an energy update, a post energy update for the 1212 gateway we just went through and the full moon in Gemini and everything that is sort of accelerating as we head towards the Solstice gateway, which will be on the 21st of December. And we have a solar eclipse as well over Christmas Day and Boxing Day for those who celebrate. Aloha, everyone. So I have a little bit of a transmission. Some of it will be a bit of a repeat from Facebook Live yesterday. Thank you for everyone who came. And then I have some new messages that came in, and I just want to share with everyone what I've been experiencing as well. Yes, please say where you're from. My name is PinkBella, for those of you who are new. Those of you who know me, I'm in the Pacific Northwest in Vancouver, British Columbia, just north of Washington State, north of Seattle. And I'm a way shower. I assist Twin Flames and Starseeds and many of you on your soul mission all around the world. I'm deeply, deeply grateful. Thank you for everyone who comes and book sessions and readings. I so appreciate all of you. And yes, let me know where you are and how you're doing with the energies, okay? I did check the Schumann resonance and it seems to be a bit quiet right now, but I'll share with you what I've been experiencing as well. At the end, I'm going to do a bit of a reading for us. I've already pulled some cards, but I'm going to pull some chakras for us and for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine to prepare us for this coming week. Get us in, let us know what's kind of coming. I feel there's going to be another Schumann resonance spike this week, so everyone be prepared for that, okay? When you're feeling good, go run your errands. For those of you who are new, thank you for being here, or whenever you find this video. I've been on this journey my whole life. I found out I was a starseed first, which means that if you wanted to know what a starseed is, a little blurb about what a starseed is. We lived multi-dimensional lives on many timelines, including other star systems, and we've come here to help light up the grid and raise the consciousness, as we all have. But there's many, many souls that have been down here on Earth, going through the reincarnation cycle, have incarnated for a long time. Some have been in that deep sleep for a long time. Many of us as starseeds also fit into that category. For you as a starseed, you probably haven't felt like you've ever fit in. You probably have sort of woken up many days and wondering, why am I here? What's going on? Okay. Then there's the twin flame aspect, which I've been on that journey officially since 2010. The twin flame component and the divine union component is a huge part of lighting up the grids and taking everyone forward into the higher vibrational frequencies as well. Very positive messages about twin flame unions. And of course, assisting you all with your ascension, your awakening with your chakra balances and healing and clearing the Akashic records. So at the end, I was guided to choose one person for a twin flame question and one person for a starseed question. So get your questions ready. We'll do a little Q&A, and then I most likely will be back towards the end of the week based on the solstice coming up pretty quickly. Okay, so just a quick review from what I brought in for the Facebook Live yesterday. So we're in post 1212, but we're still accelerating, higher frequency light codes as we head towards the Solstice Gateway. The 1212 window from 1212 till the Solstice Gateway on the 21st, 22nd is to help us prepare for 2020. They're all timeline shifts. So many of us did a massive timeline shift on the 1212 gateway with the full moon. The solstice will be the same way, and then boom, we have an eclipse as well. The eclipse is going to be on Christmas Day here on the West Coast, and the East Coast in Europe, it'll be on the 26th of December. We're heading into Capricorn energy, and Jupiter is already there. So by the time we hit solstice, there'll be at least 5 planets in Capricorn, and more are coming. And the Capricorn energy is very much about getting down to business, getting our plans together, ensuring that we have everything lined up, and we're going to be moving forward with what we need to do, share for 2020. Okay. The lunar eclipse, not lunar eclipse, sorry. The solar eclipse will be the first eclipse on the 25th and the 26th of December. That's going to be a new moon solar eclipse, 4 degrees Capricorn. And we're going to be in the Capricorn energy quite distinctly through 2020 as well until about May. So again, to revisit everything. It's the node, the south node is also in Capricorn. What that means is that that's our past. It represents old structures. It represents 3D, where on a collective level, there's going to be lots of shifts on the planet for the next 4 to 5 months as well. Things have already started happening. And then individually, there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of shifts, and a lot of changes for many of you, but very positive ones. And it's always great to make it a plan with the universe and set your intentions and your manifestations. Otherwise the universe decides for you, okay? I've always shared, for those of you who've been with me for a long time, but anyone who's new, eclipses eclipse people in and out of our reality. It is a huge timeline shift in it. Sort of we feel that energy for 6 months. So I listened to a few astrologers about the eclipses because I wanted to bring some information in for all of you. This eclipse is connected to the eclipse season that started in July last year. So think about where you were in July last year, how far you've come, and maybe some things that were happening at that time. And you can kind of revisit that and say, have I gotten any farther? Is something still in my reality? Do I still need to sort of heal and clear? And, what do I need to sort of focus on? I want to share with you on my journey in July. That eclipse season was really tough. There were 3 eclipses around the Lionsgate in July and August of 2018. And my physical body went through a lot. So I did bring in some messages. I feel like our physical bodies are going to be going through some ascension symptoms as well through this time period. And I wasn't able to walk for 5 weeks or so. I had a lot of pain in my right foot. And it was connected to the restructuring of my physical body. And I also brought in different tools for myself to connect and meditate at that time, knowing that, exercise has always been a component, being a starseed or being on this ascension journey that's assisted my physical body to integrate the physical aspects of what's happening. So our physical body is very dense. It is considered... the word's not even coming to me today, but what we're turning crystalline. So we're basically expanding our physical body, all organs, cells, DNA, blood, everything, bones, our structure to hold more light, to be more crystalline. So that's happening at a gradual rate. That gradual rate is ramping up now because many of us have been on this path and experiencing this quite deeply from 2010 forward, okay? A couple things that came as well. Let me just finish up. So the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, I keep saying lunar, this is interesting. The solar eclipse is on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. The lunar eclipse is going to be in January, at the beginning of January, and that's going to be in Cancer. That's connected to where the North Node is right now. The North Node is in Cancer, so we're wrapping up where the nodes have been. So this has been a really intense healing, clearing time for many of us, okay? We are... I was excited to just share a little bit about the diamond light codes and the plasma light codes. So the diamond light codes come in to help our body be more crystalline, and they will actually bring up some physical pain. They'll show us where there's blockages in our body, where there's aches and pains. So I know people have been asking me on my YouTube channel, definitely the bone structure has been receiving a lot of targeting with the diamond codes lately. So there's been aches and pains in legs and feet and arms and elbows and hands and, all of that. So there are things that you can do to take care of that. So just make notice of that. The plasma, our body's becoming more plasma, and that's bringing forward our multidimensional abilities. So those who are at the point where your plasma body is being activated, you're going to feel extreme temperatures. So as an example, yesterday I was freezing cold and it wasn't cold. So that was the plasma body being activated and regenerating and reactivating to a higher frequency, just to make it simple, okay? I was also guided to share a little bit about the Schumann resonance when it spikes. So it shows us, it's a technical way of showing us that there are things, light codes coming onto the planet. I'm just looking for my cards that I was showing you all. Here they are. Okay, so the Schumann resonance is a scientific way to show us that we're receiving these light codes, that the ley lines have been activated and the portals have been opened. So that's just what I was looking for. So we know we're all feeling it, but now we have scientific proof. So as an example, the Schumann resonance has never hit 158 hertz before, which it did like a week ago. that's double what we've ever received before. I was given the information that it's going to get higher. So what does that do? So the Schumann resonance represents the heartbeat of the planet, the heartbeat of New Earth. She's regularly at 7.83 hertz, okay? Our heart chakra is connected to the heart of the Earth. And we feel everything that she goes through. So, you know, when the Earth is going through any sort of aches and pains and destruction, we feel, many of us are sensitive, we feel that, okay? So what I wanted to share with you all is that Friday when we received that really high spike of energy, which is light codes coming onto the planet from the great central sun, from the galactic center, from universal energy. It's universal light, energy, and love, okay? Our heart and our whole structure has to adapt to that. So the Schumann spikes are going to be about, okay, so we're receiving massive amounts of light, then we have to take some time to integrate it. So we're going through a huge collective consciousness expansion, and basically with the eclipses at the end of the year, December, and then moving into January, a huge timeline shift and jump for 2020 and the collective consciousness. So more and more souls awakening, remembering who they are and why they came, okay? So I just wanted to share a little bit about what the Schumann resonance is representing for all of us. Okay, let me see. The other information that I just wanted to share and bring in before I show you some of the cards that came through for us this is a corridor from 12/12 to the 21st, first off, to move us into the Capricorn energy. It's going to be the solar eclipse is going to be on the 25th of December. It's going to be at 9:13 p.m. PST on the 25th, and it's going to be at 12:13 EST on the East Coast, and so on. I've looked a little bit at the path. The path is sort of midway around the planet. I'll find out the longitude and latitude next video, but it's specifically going through where is it going through? Singapore and north of Australia and through the Pacific. So, and it's not going to be seen by many souls on the planet, but it's going through a specific area of the planet to help awaken those areas. The solar eclipse is going to be at 4 degrees Capricorn. Now, what's interesting is that's preparing us. That's a 2020 timeline shift. 2020 is going to be 4 degrees, okay? I wanted to share too a little bit about the symptoms. I haven't even pulled chakra cards for us at all, but the symptoms right now are very physical. They're impacting our root and our sacral chakras, which some of you might be experiencing things like aches and pains in your bones, arms, like I shared before, joints, legs, feet, toes, lower back, spine. Some of you might be feeling dizzy as our structure is being realigned to the polarities and the shifts and the changes. And I've been speaking to a few souls, and our eyes are a big shift because the lower chakras are connected to the upper chakras. So the souls have been experiencing issues with their eyes and their sinuses. So some of you might be feeling that as well, okay? And back to the Schumann resonance just for a moment, there will be higher spikes. So we will go through a period where we have to adjust after this energy. But what I want to share with all of you is many of you have done this before. Many of you have been on an ascension path before on another timeline, either here on Earth or in another reality if you are a starseed. So you have the tools, you can do this. And that's why I'm here, you know, to do the work that I do, because I do help adjust your energy to integrate with whatever's coming in, okay? And one more thing I was given, and the cards haven't even shown this yet, to talk to you about the Akashic Records a little bit. So what are the Akashic Records? The Akashic Records is an energetic library with the collective consciousness story, with the whole history of Earth, but it also has your story. What else does it carry? It carries your twin flame or divine union story from other timelines and from this lifetime. Let's say if you haven't met your twin, okay? As a starseed, it carries your starseed story and what your mission is. For your personal journey, it just carries, let's say you notice a lot of patterns in your life around abundance, it carries your story about that. Maybe that's connected to your ancestral energy and healing and clearing. Okay, so basically the Akashic Records is an energetic library that carries your story up until now. And the beauty is, especially as a starseed, many of us starseeds came in here to clean up and clear it up and wrap it up. So we have other things that we're moving on to. So we're not able to do that out of body. We're not able to do that if we're off somewhere in another star system, or we're on a light ship, we're not able to physically clear our Akashic records that's connected to the earth, okay? That's also helping the collective consciousness because we've had stories here, and our stories no longer need to be, especially on different timelines like Atlantis and Lemuria and Egypt, they no longer need to be there. Different people call it different things. Like I call it soul integration, where we bring your gifts, your parts of you back from those stories and help you integrate them into your now, your physical and energetic being now. Okay, all right, and that is a great asset for preparing for 2020 and for moving forward. Yay! Okay, that's the rah-rah. All right, what else was I just want to see what else I shared about a little bit yesterday. I was just got, I always show this card when we've got massive light codes, so we have more of that coming in December as we head towards the solstice and the eclipse. That many of you as starseeds are awakening to who you are and why you came, that your origin. Some people will say your origin is not important, but it is, because it's part of your story and it helps you remember. So, and it does allow you to activate and work with your star families. The words will come to me. There are many souls out there who are working with certain groups of galactics, and if they're not aware of it, it could be a group of energy that has an agenda. I'll just put it just real gently like that. So what's really interesting for me is I've worked with many different teams of light. I've had that experience because I always go through something first before I'm able to share about it. I can recognize the difference in the frequency now. I always work with teams of light, but there have been instances where I've had to learn from that as well. I just want you all to be really clear about who you're working with out there, because there are some people who are opening up an agenda to work with beings that maybe don't really have an interest in you moving forward. Well, that would probably be the easiest way. So I was just got to talk a little bit more about protection. Make sure you're clearing and sealing your energy fields. And if you need some help with that, I do give tools in sessions as well, okay? Those of you who are starseeds, there's a lot of energy on this planet that doesn't want us here, that doesn't want us to move forward, that doesn't want us to bring the light. It doesn't matter, because we've kind of tipped the scales now, and there's enough of us awake. I know I had a session with a beautiful soul last week, and she asked me, how many starseeds are here? I haven't tapped into that, but I hope to bring an answer to y'all soon, okay? There's a lot more of us than there used to be, that's for sure. All right. So I haven't pulled chakra messages for us. I'm going to do that. But I have pulled some tarot cards for us for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, whether you're a starseed or whether you're a twin flame, or I just wanted to sort of see what was happening. And it's very beautiful, actually. So Divine Feminine is the first card that flew out of the deck. The Lover's card just flew out of the deck. So for those of you who are, on a twin flame journey or a divine partnership journey, you're being prepared for that. And you're just to breathe and relax about it, that it's happening, it's unfolding. The universe has heard your call, and that it just hasn't been divinely timed yet. There are unions that are together. I had sessions with beautiful souls last week. Their union is coming together beautifully. So just know that, okay? This card also represents the Divine Feminine and Masculine template being activated within. There are new versions every time we go through these gateways, okay? So trust and have faith. The other message that came in, Divine Feminines, I'm getting goosebumps, chills about this. Empress, heart activations, huge, huge. Next card, transformation. So there's been massive amount of divine feminine energy coming onto the planet. It's going to start rebalancing now. Oh my gosh, do you see that? It's going to start to rebalancing now through these gateways, and then into January. December has always been a huge month for masculine energy as a rebalance. But I just want to let you all know, as feminines, you've been going through a huge, huge transformation to bring in your intuitive abilities and to make sure that you're going in the right direction, okay? So that's 13 as well. And what did I say the time was? So the time for the eclipse is 9:13. I pay attention to the times because I find the number sequences fascinating. So 9:13 PST on the 25th and 12:13 EST, and then you can work out the times in Europe as well. Masculine energy. Okay, so for divine masculines, if you're watching or if you know divine feminines, you have a divine masculine in your reality. Lots of movement. I heard, and even for you as divine feminines, there's going to be lots of shifts and changes. That's also what eclipses do: losing jobs, starting a new job, changing locations, moving house. So that came in through for masculines. Number 4, foundations and achievement. So lots of shifts for masculines, like changing locations, jobs, starting your soul missions. 12 chakra activation and reboot for divine masculines. So more collective consciousness expansion as masculines as you're moving forward. And I know you are absolutely being called up on soul mission too. Your light is needed as well. And number 5, conflict and defeat. But 5 is just about transformation, and I just feel like there have been stresses on you as masculines to move in different directions than you were brought, than you've been raised to be or brought to be. You're going through a huge shift and change, and just know that that's been noted, and part of it's going to be your expansion to work with your soul, your higher self, your team of light, and to make some shifts and positive changes in your reality, okay? The overall card that came in for everyone, and I just pulled the cards ahead of time so I'd have a little bit more time with all of you. The star card, number 17, hope. And it's just a new beginning. It's emptying the cup and starting new and having a fresh start. Okay, the star card is a very positive card for all of us, a beautiful message. Okay. I'm going to pull some chakra messages for us. So whoever would like a question answered, I'm not going to do a reading for you today. I'm just going to channel in a message for you. I was guided to do it a bit differently today. So if you have, and then I'll just be guided to who I'm going to ask, because it'll be a great answer message for all of us, okay? So I'm going to pull some chakra messages for us and just see where it's at. But I definitely know the lower chakras are being activated and recalibrated right now. As I'm shuffling cards, I think there's some cards that got mixed in here. Okay, as I'm shuffling cards, I just want to let you all know there are some mini readings on special right now. If you want a little glimpse into your 2020 timeline, they're mini Akashic readings, so those are on special for today. If you watch this video later, check back to my website, because I'll be offering the mini readings off and on through the holidays. I do have availability this week for preparation for the solstice and the eclipse. What else? There's Akashic readings with healings. The healings can either be color rays. There's an abundance reboot that can be included. There's a 12 chakra balance, a whole bunch of really cool things going on, and of course soul missions. So check out all the specials. New website is coming, and I have a feeling the prices are going to be shifting as well. Okay, I love you all so much. All right, so I'm going to do, since my nose is running. All right. 12 chakra messages for divine masculine, the main chakras that are being impacted with the energies at this time and going into this week. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. So bottom of the deck, Earth Star, setting intentions. What's in the Earth Star? The Earth Star, it gets activated for you divine masculines when you're being called up on soul mission. So it's your connection to the new crystalline grid within the Earth, and you're hearing the call. You know you came here to do so much more. Maybe you're just super unhappy with how your reality is right now. So start thinking about what you came to bring to the planet, because you're being called. The reason I'm smiling is, okay, I get so excited because the hope card, the hope message came in. Let me find that other card. So in this deck, which is the Psychic Short by John Holland, the 17, this is a star card in the traditional tarot, says hope. So I just wanted to show you all that. And then the hope card came in for divine masculine. So what came through? Root chakra. Root chakra came forward twice, which I just talked about. It's getting a clearing out, a recalibration. When it's wobbly, when it's blocked, we're stressed. We feel stress, we feel anxiety, we feel like running around on the planet because we don't know what else to do. So many of you divine masculines, you're feeling that stress. You're probably feeling the collective stress of the holiday season. And I want to share with you the energy itself. It feels like it's accelerated, because that's how it feels when we're in portals. So to me, the energy has accelerated greatly in the last 2 weeks, and it's going to continue most likely through the eclipse as well. So on the other side of the eclipse, we'll start to be able to breathe a little bit more. But for divine masculines, you have the root chakras being activated, and stellar gateway. So huge, huge activations of higher chakras for many of you masculines at this time, which is amazing and beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful message. Okay. Divine feminines, what chakras are being, and we carry, when I share the energy, we carry all the templates within, but I like to sort of see specifically if anyone is masculine, maybe what chakras are being activated at this time. And I do that for you in your readings and also for the Twin Flame Divine Union journey as well. Okay. Divine feminines, of course. Not surprised. I'm just asking for the best messages for all of us for this week. Okay. Divine feminines, this is why you're feeling it. This is why you're feeling it, okay? You're becoming these shiny, bright diamonds. The overall message, Archangel Metatron, 12th chakra, came in twice. So you're receiving huge light activation codes, and you're going through a very massive transformation and expansion of your consciousness. Sleep when you need to, drink lots of water. That was another message that came in through sessions this past week. And for me, many of you are dehydrated and water right now might not be enough, and you may need to ensure that you're drinking something with electrolytes in it as well. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. Soul Star, which is connected to the Akashic records. This is you clearing out timelines, past lives, releasing, letting go, looking at things, looking at patterns that you no longer want to experience and carry forward. This is another thing that's going on this weekend too, is it's an opportunity to release karma, which is past lives, belief systems, patterns. Some of it is not from anything you've created in this life. Some of it is ancestral. It's in your DNA. It's in your cellular structure based on you incarnating at this time. Okay. And then the Starseed card came forward. So for many of you, that is a key word. That's a key direction. You being a Starseed and moving forward and having more information for your journey for 2020. Okay. Beautiful. I'll just kind of have a little sip of fluid and see how you're all doing. And then I'm going to just check in and be guided as to who would like a little message today. Aloha, Claudine. Thank you for being here. Aloha, Gypsy, Michigan. Hi, Cincinnati. Good to see you. Aloha, Los Angeles. Aloha from Arizona. Hi, beautiful to see you. Hey, Scene. Beautiful to see you, sweetie. Scene is in Denmark. Claudine's much better now. She's feeling more unified. Thank you. We had a great session last week. That was great. Aloha. Aloha Channel LH. Claudine. Okay, 11 light to all at Madeira Island. Thank you. Cosmic Tarot. Does anybody have like a specific question? Okay, here, hold on. How about falling and hurting the knees? In 2017, I felt and hurt my left one 1 hour before New Year, and yesterday I felt and hurt my right one. Okay, Sandra. Well, there's a couple things going on. So the knees represent moving forward. However, when we sort of have accidents like that, or we bang into things, or we trip and fall, we're not present. We're not in the now. We're feeling scattered. So that definitely would be a root chakra connection, and it also would be about it doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but it's just sort of like look at maybe what you were doing, what was going on when that happened, okay? Because I know, as an example, when I fractured my elbow in 2014, I was not present, and I had warnings about it a few days before I banged my elbow a couple of times. So if we have any kind of accident where we're banging into things or people or tripping or falling, we're not present. Our mind is somewhere else, okay? So hopefully that helps. That's one thing too about this time frame right now. It's with the busyness of the season and the energies. Please take time to breathe and reboot. It's super important for all of you, okay? Gypsy be dizzy spells last weekend. Yes. Lower abdomen aches today. Okay. Aloha, Pretty. Let's see. Gypsy be still feeling pull from her solar plexus and anxiety issues. Yes. The anxiety. We will naturally feel anxiety from the collective and in our lower chakras when the Schumann resonance spikes. So it did spike 2 days ago. It did spike on Friday, but it's been sort of zen this weekend. So take advantage of that, okay? Let me see. Pretty, would Delia like some insight? Mary McIntyre, which star system? Okay, that's a good one. So McIntyre is just asking which star system. So I'm just going to tap in for a minute. I just heard Andromeda. Your origins are from Andromeda. Okay, hopefully that helps. I know all of you would like to know if you're going to come into union, but you know what would be really helpful if you had like a specific question, as in if you had some, yeah, scene, thank you. If you had a specific question about, like, let's say you were in separation, something around that would help the collective, okay? It's much better to bring in personal messages for you all in a session and a reading, that's for sure. But yeah, I was hoping for something for the collective. So Scene, hopefully this is okay. Scene has a cat named Hope, and hopefully Hope is okay. And Hope came in twice. So love and light to you and Hope. Thank you so much, sweetie. Oh, good. I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. So I work with I work with many councils of light, but I want to share with you all the Palladian emissaries of light. They were my first team that I started to work with before the internet. Love to date myself when I found out I was a starseed, and they're coming in and helping me work in sessions. If you choose to have that, you don't need that in a Akashic record reading or healing, but they're working with me specifically because they're working with many of us right now, because they're kind of managing a lot of our journeys at this time. There's two things that I wanted to bring in for you all. Dream time right now is really vivid for myself and for many of you. I was given one message this morning that maybe some of you have been trying to manifest a move, a new job, all of that. And there's been delays. There was delays for me for about 2 months, but it happened, as you can see, and it happened really quickly. That's another thing the eclipse will bring to all of you. It'll bring you something that will happen very quickly. The door flies open for you. Go through it, okay? Especially if you've been asking the universe for something as well. The eclipse could bring your twin flame back to you. It also could force a separation for a few weeks. So just allow the flow and work through any triggers that you have. What I was given for myself was the delay for me was my light needed to be in that other area, even though I wasn't that far away, like maybe about a 10-minute drive away. The message I got this morning is my light was stabilizing the grid in that area, preventing a massive water incident. And I know if some of you watch or listen to Aluna Ash, she was sharing about this a while ago. Many of us are on the coast and we're living where we're living because we're actually stabilizing the grid, even though we're not conscious of it. So I was just given a message last night that my energy needed to be over in that grid to help stabilize that area, because I was on the mountain near the ocean. So I wanted to share that all with you, okay? There was something else that came in. This is also a great time to connect with our teams in Dreamtime, but also if you have people that have transitioned, like a parent or a sibling or someone really important to you, they're having an opportunity right now to come in. I had a visit with my mom a couple of nights ago. She was here helping me do something. So I wanted to share all that with you. She transitioned in 2007. Okay, I'm just going to check and see for one more question. I'm going to come back and maybe do a reading another time, but oh, July 11/11. Wow. I'm going to share with you too, Gypsy Bee. So Gypsy Bee is just saying eclipse was a separation for her, hoping the eclipse at Christmas brings union. So this eclipse that's happening at Christmas and then one in January impacts us for 6 months. So you can set your intentions for this month and just watch how everything unfolds the next 6 months as well, okay? The twin flame journey for myself went into separation during an eclipse in January. So I've just been given the message to just be open to magic and miracles for all of us, all right? That if the union is not a priority, your soul mission definitely is a priority. Okay, let me just see if there's one more question. Let me see how everybody's doing. What chakra will be the most important for the divine masculine in January? That's a good question, Claudine. Thank you for that. Heart chakra. Heart chakra. So this whole recalibration is for the divine masculine as a collective and individuals, for them to start feeling the Schumann resonance and to start sort of recalibrating with the flow of the new earth, because that's what the Schumann resonance is showing us. It's showing us what frequency we're going to be at in new earth. Okay, I think that's a great question. Thank you for that. Hello, Anita. I'm just going to do one. I'm going to try and just do one twin flame question. Thanks, sweetie. Maybe come back another time. That would be great. Let me see. Why don't I just sort of tap into... Okay, so there is something about twin flames that I'll bring in. So there's different waves of twin flames. This latest wave of twin flames that have been coming together have been sort of working on things in the last 3 years. So what are we in 2019? So 2016. As an example, one beautiful soul that has come is starting a beginning with her twin flame. Neither one of them knew, one, what a twin flame was, two, that it was each other. Because they both were living somewhere else and they were both looking and being with other people. That's the third eye being veiled. So the third eye has been unveiled for both of them, and they now know that they're going to come together. So I wanted to just share that with you, that and I have shared this for a while, that there are veils over the third eye for a reason, that the other twin or the other partner will be veiled until it's time. The more you're working on yourself and working towards your soul mission and what will allow you to jump out of bed in the morning and be so grateful and so happy for your life path and your journey, that's how you're going to manifest that new timeline. Okay, I'm going to say love and aloha. Thank you all so much. I'll check into the other comments later if I can bring anything in for you all. I'll be back soon. There's availability this week if you all would love to come for a session or reading to prepare for 2020, to prepare for the solstice and the eclipse. I can definitely help you with that. And I'm sending you so much love. Please share this if this resonates with you. Thank you so much. Love and aloha, everyone. Have a beautiful Sunday and week. Love you all. Bye.